If I could wrap up everything into just a few words, I would say give yourself some grace. Well, hello, school counselors and school counselors to be. Thank you guys so much for coming to my channel, The Inspiring School Counselor. And today, you guys, I'm going to be answering another viewer's question. I thought it was a really good question that I seen in the comments, and I thought, why not go ahead and do a video on it? Because maybe you are a first-time school counselor, you're just now getting into the field. You might be wondering, how in the world am I going to prioritize my time? There's a lot of things being thrown at me. I don't even know where to begin. And so hopefully with me going over just some things that I do can shed some light on some things that you can do and hopefully implement and make your life as a school counselor at least a little bit easier. All right. So I'm not going to prolong the time. If you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe and make sure you hit that notification bell so that you can be notified every time I upload a video. All right, y'all, let's get into it. How do you manage doing so much in one day, and what happens if you don't have time for it all? So, as a school counselor, for one, you are held accountable for a lot of different duties, okay? First of all, you have your school counselor duties that you have to make sure that you carry out. So from individual counseling to small groups, if you are in like an elementary setting, you're gonna do more with guidance lessons. Usually in middle school and high school, you don't really do lessons as much, but it also just depends on what school you go to. But that is also something that you have to do. You also have, like, if you are the 504 case manager, then you have 504 meetings that you have to set up and do, as well as, trying to take care of the social and emotional needs of the students and the behavior issues that arise academically, helping students to try to get back on track. I know that if you are working in a middle school, high school setting, you are more with trying to get the students on the right path career-wise and getting different events and different things set up, which I do events and stuff at my school as well. And so there's just a lot of different things as a school counselor that you have to do. But it does not stop there. So not only do you have your school counselor duties, but then there are fair share responsibilities. Basically, it's not a school counseling task. It's just something that you have to do to help out the school. So whether that is bus duty, car duty, doing things with attendance, it's just a lot of different things. Like, I know I talked to you guys many times before, like some of my non-school counseling tasks that I do, and I might even dedicate a whole video to that, shed light on, what school counselor tasks you should be doing and one non-school counseling task that you should not be doing. But there's just a lot of different things that us as school counselors, we have to be held accountable for and making sure that we do. That is why I say that it's so important for us as school counselors to make sure that we advocate for our role, and that is talking to our principals, letting them know, that there are some non-school counseling tasks that you are doing that is taking away from you being there for your students and providing the services that you need. And hopefully you guys can come up with a compromise to kind of lessen your non-school counseling tasks so you can focus on, the students. Now, I came across a meme that was on Facebook, and it actually was a picture, and I'll go ahead and put it on the screen so that you guys can see. But it basically said, like, can you keep this student on your radar? And it showed a picture of a map, and then it had all these different airplanes all over the place. And so many times, like, I can be in the hallway, I could be like just getting out the bathroom, have a student let me know, hey, can I come see you? Or a teacher like, hey, I need you to keep this person on your radar because this is what they did. And then if you guys see my video of what I keep in my school counselor bag that I take with me around the school at all times, I have a radio in there, and that radio can go off at any time of the day requesting for me to come to the classroom or come to the gym or wherever, because there's a student that is having some behavior issues. And so I am just constantly on the go. So you're going to have a lot of different I say fires, okay? A lot of different emergencies, and some of them might not be emergencies, but there's going to be a lot of different things that's going to go on in your day. And it's so important for you as a school counselor to know the things that you can do to prioritize your day. So for one, that you don't lose your hair because you're stressed out, okay? But for another reason, just to help you stay on track. And hopefully in knowing the different things that you have to do, you can prioritize it, and you can decipher, okay, this is what I need to get done in this day. And then this part I can do another day, or I can do next week. So it's very important to keep that in mind. And there's some things that you can do. So we are going to dive into how I manage getting things done in one day. And guys, I'm not going to limit it to one day, because there's times where I had to spread it out and not get it done in one day. I had to put things off for another day. First thing is, I love to write my stuff down. Of course, you do what's best for you. You can use your calendar to do that, your planner to do so. You can just have a notebook that you can write down sticky notes. As long as you are writing down everything that you need to do in a day, that is going to help you, okay? That's going to help you stay on task and just kind of make sure that you're getting things done. Usually what I do is I get my sticky notes and I write down everything that I need to do first thing when I get in the morning. And sometimes I don't have to do it first thing in the morning, because I already have a list that's already made of things that I need to get done, and I just mark it off as I go throughout my day. So that is something that you can do. Sticky notes, notebooks, your calendar, whatever you need to use. I would really prefer using a notebook, because I'm able to lay out my whole list. And I also like to use my phone so I can set my reminders, especially if I need to get students at a certain time. I like to set my reminders on my phone or my watch, I should say, that will remind me, hey, you need to get this person at this time. Another thing that you can do is just prioritize your list. So once you put your list together, all right, now you can prioritize it, okay? You want to set your must-dos, things that you need to get done. It might be helpful for you to maybe color coordinate. So maybe red, if you highlight in red or something like that, which I don't think they have a red highlighter, but you know what I mean. If you underline something or you highlight something in red, maybe that can mean, hey, I need to get this done today. If you highlight something in yellow, hey, as long as I get it done between the next 2 days. Or if you highlight in green, that can mean, hey, this doesn't have to get done until the end of the week. Whatever you have to do to kind of help you stay on track with the must-dos, things you need to get done versus things that you can put off a little bit later at a later time, then do so. But you want to prioritize that. Now, I must say, there are times where I can have my to-do list already set for the day, things that I need to get done, but sometimes there are different things that is thrown in the midst of my to-do list. So for instance, I need to see this student in the morning to do a check-in, and then after that I have to do my small group, and after my small group I have a lesson I need to teach. But sometimes, like for instance, if I had to do my small group, sometimes there's a student that I'm called for on the radio that I might have to put my small group off for a later time in that day, or maybe just put it off a whole nother day. I'm going to have to move that out the way so that I can attend to that student that really needs help. There was a time where I actually had a meeting, and it didn't start yet, and I was actually called to another school because the school counselor wasn't there and they needed somebody to come over there, and so they called me to go, and so I had to handle that situation. And let me tell you guys, I totally forgot about the meeting that was supposed to happen at like 1:40. So when I came back from the school, as soon as I got in the door, they was like, hey, you have a meeting that was at 1:40, but you weren't here. This teacher was able to fill in and kind of talk to the parent, but you are needed, whenever you get situated. And so then I had to go to that meeting. One thing I must say is just extend yourself grace and mercy, okay? Because this is a job that you just have to be adaptable and be willing to go with the flow. To-do list, planner, notebook, using your phone to set reminders, using your computer to pull up your calendar or whatever, whatever you have to do. Google Docs is something that you can use as well. Prioritize, you guys. Prioritize is a big thing, but still yet, if you have something that comes in the midst to kind of break that schedule, then you just have to weather it and see what's best for you to do. Another thing is, see if you can get others involved that can help you. Okay, there's times where I might not can get a student, or I might not can teach a class because I've been called to another classroom to handle a situation. Then that's when your principal and you can work together to see if there's any assistance available that can cover your class while you handle other things, okay? And so with that being said, don't be afraid to open up your mouth and say, look, I'm gonna need help on this, you know, or even talking to your principal, let them know the different responsibilities that you have and that you're going to need some help. So as a school counselor, you have something like a planning and a lunch, okay? I know for me, I have a planning. However, I can't tell you really when my planning is because I'm always being called because students need help, all right? Teachers need help, parents need help. But however, you can utilize planning to just get everything together, what you need to do. So that is important. You can also utilize your lunchtime. If you guys are like me, I normally don't like to use my lunchtime because that's a time that I'm able to settle down, relax my mind, watch a couple of, you know, YouTube videos or something like that, read my Bible or something like that, just to relax. However, I have still yet been called on my lunch and there goes my lunch. Okay, I had to leave my lunch to go attend to a student. So it's not promised to have a lunch as a school counselor, even though we are entitled to a lunch. But still yet things happen, things come up. Another thing that you can do is you can come early. So let's say if your school starts at 7:45, maybe you can get there at 7:30, 7:15, 7 o'clock, you know, to give yourself just a time where it can just be you in your office or your classroom, getting things together, writing down your to-do list, starting some things on your to-do list. That is something you can do. You can also stay late if you want to. So once the kids are gone, you can get done any paperwork or anything that you need. I have done that. I have came early before and I've stayed late before. So that is an option that you can do. If I could wrap up everything into just a few words, I would say give yourself some grace, prioritize, and write stuff down. That's what I would say. Give yourself grace, prioritize, and write things down, okay? That is going to be the 3 things that's going to help you get through your day, get through your week, get through the month, get through the year, okay? Just by you doing those 3 things. And also I would say vocalize. You know, let your principal know what's going on, as well as any faculty and staff. If you can get them involved, get them involved. And that's going to help your day go a whole lot smoother. Your year go a whole lot smoother. But thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch my video. If you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe and make sure you hit that notification bell so that you'll be notified every time I upload a video. All right, you guys, I'll see you next time.